Senior Director of CSU Online, Dr. Amy Smith.
Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Fall 2018 Graduation Brunch. I am Amy Smith, Senior Director of Colorado State University Online. And at CSU Online, the foundation of our mission is to provide access to quality CSU education, regardless of where you live. That said, we're thrilled to welcome you to our campus today and to Fort Collins. So let me see a show of hands. How many of you, this is your first time to campus or your first time to Fort Collins? Nice, welcome. We are all honored that you're here. Joining us today are 20 students who've earned undergraduate and graduate degrees ranging from Natural Resource Stewardship to Systems Engineering to Human Development and Family Studies. I'd like to highlight one of our graduating students who has joined us this morning, Major Mike Lasorda. Mike balanced the demands of active duty service in the United States Air Force, along with the rigors of doctoral level coursework and research demands. All of that hard work paid off as Mike is earning a PhD in systems engineering. Through his research, Mike investigated using model-based systems engineering and data science to develop the most effective and efficient solutions for systems architecture, selection, and design problems, all with a focus on space and information systems. I was able to even say it. Congratulations, Mike. Thanks for your service. His is just one of many stories to celebrate today. And on that note, I'd like to ask all of our graduating students to stand and be recognized if you are able. You are among more than 220 graduates, pursuing 43 different degree offerings from 39 states and 5 countries. We'd also like to welcome the friends, family, peers, and faculty who helped and supported you in this journey and got you where you are today. I've worked in online education for close to 20 years, driven by my commitment to the transformational power of high quality, high impact learning for adults. Technology has created access to education, but it's only when the technology is actually applied in an innovative, experiential way, powered by real faculty who genuinely care, that actually we witness true impact. I'm proud to be part of a university whose faculty and administration are devoted to using technology to help students learn, like you, change your lives, and advance your careers. I'd now like to ask all of our faculty in attendance to please stand and be recognized. All right, now back to our graduating students. You've made the courageous choice to prioritize your educational goals and your interests. No doubt you have endured some serious challenges along this journey, sacrifices and difficult choices in order to meet your goals. I think I can speak for everyone today when I say we are proud of you. We are proud of you and your accomplishments. You are an inspiration to us and a good reminder that we can all do better and be better when we continue to learn and grow. Congratulations.
This is your inaugural chapstick, Dr. Smith. Her inaugural chapstick. All right, we can't recognize our graduates enough. So at this time, I would like to recognize each of you individually. Undergraduates, as I call your name, please stand. And audience, if you would hold your applause until I am through introducing these next two students. Earning her Bachelor of Science degree in Human Development and Family Studies, we have Heather Hinkle. And with a Bachelor of Science degree in Psychology, Carissa Luna. Now is a good time to applaud. We have 19 graduate students with us here today. As I call your name, please stand. And audience, if you would, please hold your applause until I prompt you. 7 individuals are earning their Masters of Education in Human Resource Studies. The first has a specialization in adult education and training. Robin Anderson. The following 6 students have specializations in organizational learning, performance and change, affectionately known as OLPC. Gail Baker. CSU Online's own Mandy Ballberg. Allison Moore. Sarah Thompson. And Enya Williams. Ladies and gentlemen. The next 3 individuals will be receiving their master's degrees in natural resources, stewardship, ecological restoration. Victoria Atencio, Brian Hinch, and Cassie Schutz. With a Master of Natural Resources Stewardship, Rangeland Ecology and Management, we have Jonathan Foster. Earning their MAs in Arts Leadership and Cultural Management are Rebecca Postma and Elissa Salazar. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are in the home stretch. Receiving an MA in Science, Masters of Science in Student Affairs and Higher Education is Paige Becker. Way back there. And receiving a Master in Applied Industrial Organizational Psychology is Amy Campbell. Earning their master's degrees in Tourism Management, we have Britt Hiring.
Good job.
And not able to be with us today is Evan Seitz. And completing our group of fall 2018 graduates earning their PhDs, Mike Lasorda in Systems Engineering, and Heather Chadwick in Education and Human Resource Studies. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a round of applause. All right, now's a fun time where I like to end with the crowd and pick on someone, and I'm going to pick on you. Britt, would you come up here with me?
Sure.
Britt had no idea. Britt, let's see. You stand closely to me. Can you tell us just what it's meant to you to earn your degree online?
Oh, well, I'm first gen, so that's really important to me. My parents are here, and it's not that they didn't want to go to college, they just didn't have the opportunity. So for me to get an undergrad as first gen and now to continue on and get my graduate degree is very, very special. And to be able to do it, I actually work here at CSU, so to do it online at my own pace and my own ability was really the only reason that I was able to do it, because I worked full time. So, yeah.
Congratulations. And of course, this is excuse me, Dr. Woods. 3 little boys I'd like to talk to over here that come quite a distance. You, and you. You want to come with me? Your name? Greg Kinkle. Your name? John? Trent. And you are? John. Your name? Wyatt. Why are you folks here with us today? Where's your mom? All right. You want to come up here a little bit? You want to help me? No, doesn't feel like it. Okay, thank you. Where are the Hinches? A couple of parents. Yeah. And you're here, of course, with your daughter. Tell us about Your son, Brian. Okay, I was thinking about it. Tell us how you feel today about your son's graduation. Sure. I'll give you 2 extra chapsticks if you cry. Anything there? Two chapsticks, one for you, one for you. All right. All right, it's time to present the OLIE Award. O-L-I-E. The O stands for online. The O stands for online. And just innovative. The I stands for innovative. I should know this after my 12th time. Online Innovative Educator Award, the OLIE Award. The OLIE's purpose is a simple but important one. It is a university recognized, student-nominated award. It is given to an instructor who can establish positive relationships with students, who is responsible and who motivates students, who provides insightful and interesting lectures, and it is given to a faculty member who can do all of the above at a distance. And it's not always an easy thing to accomplish. Here today to present the award to our next recipient is our spring of 2018 recipient. He is from the Department of Computer Science. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Shradeep Palakara.
All right, so Dr. Mike Borkey has had a very distinguished career in aerospace. He has served as the vice chairman of the Air Force Scientific Advisory Board and also several other scientific boards that provide programmatic input to the Department of Defense. His recognitions include the United States Air Force Legion of Merit with the Oak Cliff Cluster and the Decoration for Exceptional Civilian Service. Dr. Borkey co-advised an active duty Air Force officer who recently completed his PhD degree. The student, just like all of you, had a number of competing demands. Dr. Borkey was able to appreciate those demands and work with the student to develop a research plan. He was flexible in scheduling regular late-night phone calls and worked with the student to sort of work through his research plan. And when the student did occasionally come to Colorado, meet up with the student for dinner. Dr. Borkey always made himself available to meet with the student and make sure that the student was on track. Turns out that that student is not the only beneficiary of Dr. Borkey's mentorship. He takes exceptional pride and is always available to ensure the success of his students. And he takes this approach for students at every level. It's not necessarily just the PhD level, at every level. The student, Dr. Michael Lasorda, who nominated him, felt that he has won the PhD Advisor Award. Who wouldn't? Okay. So it gives me a great deal of joy to present the OLIE Award to Dr. Borkey.
Well, thank you. Thank you very, very much for that extravagant introduction. And thanks to Bruce and everyone in the online program for this award. It means a very great deal to me. I have to tell you that I stand here with this in my hands in about equal measures of gratitude and astonishment. 2 weeks ago, I didn't know the OLIE existed, much less that I might be nominated for it. But it's even more meaningful to me that this is a student-nominated award because ultimately that's what it's all about. And that's the ultimate vindication of what we do in the program. I think the fact that CSU values and recognizes achievement in online education speaks volumes about this institution's commitment to its mission of delivering a high-quality educational experience to a large and growing and indeed global student population. This is clearly a major thrust in higher education in general, and I think it can only grow and improve as time goes by. But another thought that has struck me is that this is a powerful and flexible tool for CSU as a land-grant university to use in delivering on the charter of the 1862 legislation that established the land-grant program in meeting the needs of and delivering services to the community in which we live. I think it's quite special. I am personally proud to participate in a systems engineering program that was recently named #1 nationally in online engineering doctoral programs. I think we're doing great work as an online community, and I think we will continue to do even better. I see a future that can only be bigger and better and brighter as we go forward. I would like to congratulate the graduates. I had the great opportunity to do all of my years in college, and there were a lot of them, as a full-time student. And what it takes to complete a degree like this while holding down the demands of a job and frequently of a family just leaves me in awe. So I respect you folks more than I can easily put into words. So one more time, my thanks to the program, and this award is very special to me, largely for being so unexpected. And I just look forward very much to what the future is going to bring for online education at Colorado State University.
Yes.
I'm going to have to hide this because my wife is going to want to steal it.
See if we can get you another. Thanks. I always get a special kick out of introducing our next guest. I don't need a script, practically related to her after all these years. In 1993, she earned her bachelor's degree in finance from Colorado State. You can see there's a trend here, by the way. In 1995, she graduated with her MBA from Colorado State. In 1995 to 2015, she worked at the athletic department at Colorado State. And in 2015, she was named the executive director of alumni relations. Now, there's two things I've observed about our next speaker. One is she probably started her career when she was 9 years old. I always like to say that she bleeds green. And if you do not believe me, unbeknownst to her, I extracted the blood with this syringe. This is the blood. What color is that, Mary Ann?
It's very green.
It is very green. All right. I rest my case and I introduce to you Christy Bolender, Executive Director of Alumni Relations.
Now that was just proof of what I was going to share, but I think we all owe a huge round of applause to Bruce. Bruce, thank you so much for all that you do to make this day really, really special for all of the graduates. I do have the privilege of going to a lot of our Colorado State University events, and I have to tell you that Bruce cares more about you and this experience than almost anybody else on campus. So again, thank you, Bruce. And good morning to all of you. It is always such a pleasure for me to join you all today. This is a big deal, and you officially become an alumni of Colorado State University, joining our 220,000 Rams across the country today. As Bruce mentioned, I did complete my master's degree here 23 years ago now, and I apologize to the online staff who have heard this story, but I was actually part of one of the first remote experiences in education at Colorado State. Our classes were actually all videotaped and were sent out by VHS tape to all of our students across the country. And I'm so proud of our institution for being nimble and continuing with that method of education, as you all are proof that we are doing it well, and it's still reaching out to our students across the country. I also agree that this online experience is really true to our land-grant institution's heritage. to provide access and opportunity to everyone with the motivation and talent to earn a degree. I know that you may not have walked on campus every day, but you are every bit of what makes Colorado State University great. Your diverse experiences have helped us to grow, and we cannot wait to hear what your next chapter brings and to see the impact that you're going to make on the next generation. Today, I'm going to turn the tables just a little bit. It's customary for speakers at commencements to address graduates to draw on professional or personal experiences or impart a bit of wisdom. But I'm not going to do that today. You won't remember it in all of the excitement of what we have going on anyway. But what I'd like to do instead is to remind you to take a moment when all of the pomp and circumstance is over to review and read your own story. As you are well aware, online degrees offer a lot of flexibility. It's a nice word, but it does have an edge. Flexibility means that the degree programs are designed to move with you wherever you are. They're convenient, but I think that you're going to agree with me that you all have done your fair share of bending and stretching also. I'm guessing that most of you had to fit mentally demanding coursework and projects around full-time jobs, around handsome little boys, family commitments, and other hurdles that we probably can't imagine. Honestly, I'm awed by the intellectual and physical agility and commitment that it must have taken to get you here where you are today. And that you have maintained a connection to fantastic faculty members and fellow students, despite distance from campus and a catalog of all other challenges. It's a tremendous skill that I hope you are proud of. And that, more than anything I can tell you, should fortify you and give you inspiration for the future. So when you do take time to look back at your story, be sure to give yourself credit for the exceptional way that you earned your degree, for finding a way in writing your next chapter right now in the rush of real life. And realize that your accomplishment not only prepared you for what's next, it gives you a leg up on staying connected to your alma mater, online or otherwise. Except this time, it's going to be on us in your Alumni Association to be nimble. Our goal in the Alumni Association is to keep each and every one of you connected to this great university. We'll reach out to you. Don't think that we won't. Wherever you may be, we have RAM network chapters all over the country. We offer career counseling and networking opportunities, alumni receptions. I'd be remiss to not mention game watch parties, since we're right here in this beautiful area of campus, volunteer opportunities, and social media and publications to keep you in the loop of all things CSU. We want you to stay connected. And as Dr. Lasorda, may I call you Dr. Lasorda officially, mentioned as we were going through the buffet line earlier, he's a proud member of the Alumni Association. He joined as he purchased his regalia, along with 70% of the other students that you'll be graduating with. And from us to you, thank you for that. Thank you for wanting to stay connected with your alma mater and for making that decision. Please know that we are here to support you through your transition. And though this may be an ending in some ways, your relationship with your alma mater doesn't have to end today. Some of you have already picked up your regalia over in the Iris and Michael Smith Alumni Center. But for the rest of you who haven't been over there yet, your home on campus is just right around the corner from this beautiful facility on the northeast corner of the stadium. If you haven't, please come by. Actually, today is donut day. I know you haven't gotten enough donuts yet, so come on over our way, and we would love to host you for a cup of coffee. Also today, let's get started on some of the traditions of Colorado State. From noon to 2, Cam the Ram, our live mascot, will be over in the Smith Alumni Center for photos and for introductions. And then at 3 p.m., a couple of your fellow classmates will be ringing in the old main bell to celebrate the start of this commencement. Congratulations again on this tremendous accomplishment. Welcome wholeheartedly to the RAM alumni family. We are really excited to celebrate with you and to keep in touch with you. Please remember, wherever your path may go, we are here for you. and in all that you do, go Rams.
No, it almost sounds cliche when you're introducing someone to say it's an honor, but it truly is an honor for me to introduce our next speaker. She's what I call a friend of CSU Online. She does a great job for our students, and she's a fantastic instructor. She is a professor of human development and family studies. She has earned a BA, an MBA, an MS, and a PhD. That's got to be long on a business card. Got to be long. Lifespan developmental specialist with a special academic appointment that involves teaching undergraduate students. She must be good at it because she is a past recipient of the Online Innovative Educator Award, and she's been nominated for the award multiple times. In her biography, she states, "Online education is a keen interest of mine. She enjoys sharing her teaching experience at conferences with her colleagues, and she collaborates with the publisher on updating and creating human development learning resources for students." It is an honor to welcome Dr. Julie Taylor Massey. Who will be delivering our charge?
Thank you, Bruce. And thank you, CSU Online, for this honor of speaking to the graduates, their families and friends, their mentors, advisors, and faculty, and other CSU administrators and staff at this celebratory lunch today. It is with sincere exuberance that I congratulate the graduates. I know your academic journey involved a resolute dedication to your education while you simultaneously and staunchly managed commitments of work, family, and caretaking, possibly dealt with financial struggles or health issues, and navigated past other challenges of life. But you made it, you did it. You accomplished your goal of earning your degree, which will officially be conferred sometime today or tomorrow. Bravo, brava to you. I am sure you graduates are grateful to those who have supported you as you traversed your way to the momentous achievement of graduation. So I also want to acknowledge and applaud your support system, those in the room and those cheering you on from afar. We, I mean collectively myself and all of us here at CSU, are grateful to you as well. You helped make it possible for us to have the pleasure of collaborating with these students. So a heartfelt thank you to each and every support network. As someone who has been involved in the online program since its inception in the Human Development and Family Studies Department, and attended these brunches regularly from just about the very first one, it's humbling to have this privilege. To celebrate this milestone with you really does bring me great joy. With joy and privilege comes the responsibility of determining what to say. Ever the educator, naturally, I looked into the best practices of graduation charges. But I found it really wasn't necessary to do that because I just had this epiphany of what I needed to say to you today. And I also knew that I needed to speak from my heart and experience and to convey a message that I believe is inspirational and meaningful for you to hear as you're launched from CSU. So that is what I intend to do right now. Before I get to my main message, I'm going to keep you in suspense a little longer. I do want to recognize there are lots of buzzwords to live by that I could share with you. I could tell you to be kind, empathetic, tolerant, and inclusive, to work hard, learn from failure, and persevere, to harness your grit, bolster your resilience, and have a growth mindset, which means that you believe that your abilities are not fixed, but they can grow and be strengthened. All of these words or qualities are important, but I'm betting you know a little bit about them from your tenure here at CSU, because many of these are parts of the core values of CSU. They were hopefully infused in your experience here and embodied by you. My message does encompass some of the aforementioned values, but my message is more simple. It can be summed up in 4 words, because my goal was to make it easy to remember and easy for you to return to when you need it the most. My message to you is this: the 4 words I'd like you to take away are: be your own superhero. Be your own superhero. Now let me explain. The word superhero may conjure up different feelings, perceptions, images, but I'll expound on my interpretation of the word and how I think it applies to you. And by the way, I am using superhero as a gender-neutral term. I'm defining superhero through the characteristics all good superheroes have, as pulled from the words of Stan Lee. Stan Lee was a comic book writer and publisher and the creator or co-creator of countless superheroes such as Spider-Man and Black Widow. He died last month, but was considered an authority on superheroes because they were his life's work. In general, he thought that superheroes had certain traits in common. They're courageous and tenacious. They have a strong moral code. They have an ability that is exceptional. They help others and do good deeds. They live in the real world and they're not perfect. They have flaws and weaknesses, and they may have come from a background of adversity. And lastly, they are super problem solvers. Just by those shared characteristics, I'm hoping you see that being a superhero is more human than you might have initially thought. You can be your own superhero. Don't wait for someone to swoop in and make your life and the lives of those around you better. You can do this for yourself and make it happen. Being a real-life superhero is attainable. How can you achieve this? Well, you can channel the CSU values and those super characteristics that I just mentioned. You can be courageous and principled and be steadfast in your pursuits. You can be exceptional by doing great work under any leader and in any condition. You can add value. You add value and you will be indispensable to your colleagues and your employers. You can help others and you need not dedicate yourself to a life of service to do so. Think of how essential your role models and your mentors have been to you. You can be that mentor and example. You can help that employee who just started, that colleague who's going through a tough time, or that coworker who's less experienced than you. You can be the exemplar of exemplary work, and you can be generous with your knowledge. You can have confidence that you already overcame a background of adversity. If you've had troubling times in the past, look at where you are today. And you can circumvent your flaws and weaknesses by compensating for those areas and optimizing your strengths. You can find or create a setting in which your strengths shine and your weaknesses matter less. You can be adaptable and exceptional in your career by continuing to learn and grow. And you can make the choice to face problems with a productive attitude and mentality. Think PS, problem solution, problem solution. I find myself saying that all the time. Seeking advice and support is perfectly fine, but looking to others to solve your problems is not. Rather, you can consider for yourself the options, alternatives, and possible solutions. Run them by others, sure, if you like, but be the problem solver, not only in your career, but all areas of your life. You can do all of these things and be well on your way to being your own superhero, especially in the professional realm. But do you know what else superheroes have in common? Typically, they have positive attitudes. They're strong, healthy, active, and live a long time. And for the sake of this discussion, I'm going to assume they're high in well-being, meaning they're pretty content, satisfied, and dare I say, happy with life. Overall, I think of superheroes as flourishing in health, well-being, and longevity. This too is attainable for you. You can flourish like a superhero in physical prowess, life expectancy, and satisfaction by focusing on these 3 areas as identified through research and human development. 1 is to have high-quality relationships with family and friends. 2 is to take care of yourself. And 3 is to maximize positivity while minimizing negativity. I'll take each one in more detail. Family and friends. Invest in spending time with your family and friends. Friends are particularly crucial for well-being. And now, are superheroes always on their smartphones? No. So actually, put down your phone and be social in the real world. When we have good quality relationships, not only is engaging with friends and family pleasurable, but we feel supported, we feel comforted, we feel like someone has our back, and we feel better about ourselves. All of this enhances happiness. Taking care of yourself, invest in good habits such as eating right and exercising, and eliminate those risky behaviors. Think of them as your arch enemy, such as being sedentary and smoking. Taking these steps will add years to your life and years that are higher quality. You will maintain strength, stamina, and feel more satisfied with life. Positivity. Invest in regulating your emotions. Work on channeling a more positive attitude and focusing on optimism and hope. A positive attitude does wonders. I'm not downplaying this may be particularly difficult for people with mental health struggles, and it's okay and encouraged to seek help. And I'm certainly not saying to avoid true emotions and not mourn your losses. But generally, we can make choices to focus on the bright side and the what now as opposed to the why me. When life presents us with disappointments and challenges, as opposed to expending energy on life isn't fair, acknowledge and accept that lousy thing that happened, and then channel your energy to overcoming it. Those who have a more positive outlook have more favorable outcomes in life. But you know what? Even superheroes need a boost from time to time. So if you're having those moments of doubt, feeling less than energetic, you're tired, you're a bit deflated, you're stressed, I have just the tip for you. Do 10 jumping jacks. That is pretty much my go-to advice, and it works. It helps get your blood flowing to your muscles in your brain, waking you up, clearing your mind, and improving your focus. And we know that exercise improves mood and reduces stress. Now, an exercise physiologist may argue with me that 10 jumping jacks is not quite enough to reap the true benefits of exercise, but I can tell you from anecdotal evidence, and I've given this advice to a lot of people who have used it, it is a cure-all when you need a boost. Fine print, consult your physician before engaging in any physical activity. Do all these things, and you'll be feeling like a superhero physically and emotionally. Okay, ever the educator, I need to ask you what you have learned from this charge. I hope your answer is that to optimize your superhero-ness, you need to harness those super characteristics and invest in yourself to stay healthy, strong, and live a long, vibrant life. And by the way, a cape or a cool costume is not required, but if you don one with style and make a fashion statement. As I wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought. If you're trying to get your head around the concept of being a superhero and visualize a motif or a form your superhero might take, I propose you look no further than the ram. Rams have keen senses, they are social creatures, they scale mountains, they are tough, and then when they want something, they fight formidably for it. I'm not at all suggesting you literally ram anyone or anything, but rather metaphorically that you keep scaling mountains and embrace your strength and superness in order to thrive. All the best to you graduates as you be your own superhero and cultivate a super life. Congratulations.
Thank you, Julie. Appreciate it. Folks, it's time for one of the most popular segments of the brunch. It's time for our academic awards. I see Karen Wright has already approached the podium. Okay. We have the awards back there somewhere. All right, well, we'll get those for you here shortly. Most people know me, I'm not the most serious guy in the world, but when it comes to the awards, I'm pretty serious. Without further ado, we have 4 awards to present today. These awards are presented to students of the highest aptitude, acumen, and academic integrity. Our first award goes to the first graduate to register for the brunch from the City of Angels, Elissa Salazar. Ladies and gentlemen, Elissa with us? Were you able to? All right. All right, why don't you just stay right on the side of this? I appreciate it. Our graduates have come from near and far to attend the brunch, and we'd like to recognize those who have traveled the greatest distance to be with Trump, traveling 1,950 miles and one-tenth from Concord, Massachusetts, Amy Campbell. Our first runner-up in the event that the first place winner cannot fulfill his or her rigorous duties associated with the award, traveling 2,106 miles from the state of Florida and the city of Pembroke Pines. Please give a warm CSU welcome to Enya Williams. Is Enya with us today? She's not here. Okay. Let's back up one then. From St. John's, Florida, same state, 1,821 miles, Heather Hinkle. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. The winner of I Traveled the Furthest Distance to attend the CSU Online Graduation Brunch Award. We're talking 3,083.5 miles. If you were to drive that, it would take you 52 hours, and you can drive there. The city this graduate hails from has a total area of 3.8 square miles, population of 7,209, and is the 8th largest city in the state. From the county of Matanuska, Susitna, the city of Palmer, and the state of Alaska, Cassie Schutz. And we will give you those awards, I promise. Later today, I'm going to send you a few housekeeping details. I'm going to send you an evaluation of the brunch. It'll go to our graduates, our faculty, and our staff. Takes about 3 or 4 minutes to complete. We take your information and feedback and we use it to improve the next event. So if you'd be kind enough to fill that out, we really appreciate it. When you do happen to leave, we'd appreciate it if you would take the poinsettias. Those were grown from seedlings, just a couple blocks from here by the city of Fort Collins, Spring Creek Gardens. So we'd appreciate it if you could take those and enjoy them. If you know somebody else who might enjoy them, by all means. Joe Mendoza is our photographer over here. Elodie and Abby are in the back. At the end of the brunch, we are going to follow those 3 folks down to the CSU Online field with your guests, where we'll get a group photo of you and where you can take photos of yourselves on the field. And then we're going to send those pictures to you after the brunch is over. So be sure to follow Joe, Elodie, and Abby. No heels, no food, and no drinks. It's time for some much deserved thank yous. I have the pleasure of working with some really talented people who all know and they specialize in what they do, regardless of what it is they're doing related to the brunch. So I'll let you those folks next. Stefan Escobar, if you'd stand. Thank you, Stefan. Not able to be with us today is Ashley Flynn. Steve Gaisford, All Things Communications. Stand up, Stephen. Sam Nagel, one of our student coordinators, way in the back. Amy Quinn Sparks. Thank you, Amy. Julia Smith. And helping to stream us live today is Baron Gogan and Mary Ann Bauer. Please give a round of applause for these folks. If you would stand as I call your name, I'd like to recognize our presenters, Dr. Amy Smith. Shradeep had to get to another engagement. Graduation is a busy day. Christy Bolender, I bleed green, Christy Bolender, and Dr. Julie Taylor Massey. Ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the food and the venue. I'd like to thank Sean Sunstein and Elodie Vigneron and Abby. I don't know your last name, but I know you're Abby. I'd like to thank you folks and hope you enjoyed this beautiful area we're able to be at today. As I ask at the end of every brunch to signify its conclusion, have I forgotten anything or forgotten to thank anyone? Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and please head down to the field for your pictures.